The Mustang. Who and how good was Ricardo Quaresma? Ricardo Andrade Quaresma Andrade was born on September 26, 1983 in the Port District of Alcântara in Lisbon, Portugal. At the age of 11, he joined the Youth Academy of Sporting Lisbon, but actually he didn't want to be a footballer, he wanted to be a hockey player. But his mother forbade him, and so he focused on playing football from an early age, and it should pay off later. 6 years later, he made his debut in Portugal's first division, where Sporting Lisbon won the league and the cup double in 2002. Together with a certain CR7, who still is a good friend of Quaresma, he was the great Portuguese hope in Sporting, and also outshone CR7 at the time. Unfortunately, Quaresma was very hot-headed, which was due to his past. He grew up in one of the most difficult areas of Lisbon, with a single mother who had alcohol and drug problems. He himself once said that he had never had a cigarette, drugs or alcohol, and he had distanced himself from them since youth. Because of his hot-headed behavior, he got the name Mustang from his first trainer, Laszlo Bologna, because he galloped impetuously over the field like a wild horse, without sense and reason, but with a good portion of love for the ball. In his career, he had to deal with several opponents, referees and coaches, which was very detrimental to his career. The path of CR7 and him then parted in 2003, in which CR7 moved to England to Manchester United and Quaresma to Barcelona. But with the Blaugrana, the 20-year-old could not really assert himself. He convinced with his dribblings, but he messed with the coach Frank Rijkaard, and announced in an interview that he will not longer play for the club as long as Rijkaard would be the coach. So Barca sold him after only 1 year, and he moved to Sporting's rival Porto. In Porto, he played 4 years, in which he won 3 championships, 1 cup, 2 super cups, and in 2004 the Club World Cup, and rose to an absolutely club legend and crowd favourite. In Porto, Quaresma flourished, and in 2008, Jose Mourinho decided to give him another chance at a European top club. He transferred to Inter Milan for 24 million euros. But even at Inter he struggled and was loaned out to Chelsea after half a season. After 4 appearances with the Blues, he returned to Inter. In Italy, he then received the Bidone d'Oro for the worst player in Serie A. For the new season, he even got the number 7 as Luis Figo ended his career at Inter. But Quaresma just could not find his footing and had no part in Inter's legendary triple season in 2009. He was accused at Barca and Inter that he was not playing for the team, but only for himself. Quaresma himself once said, "I have no problem with the pressure, but I have trouble dealing with the fame." After 2 years, he moved to Beşiktaş, where he blossomed again, away from the limelight, scoring 11 goals and assisting 16 in his first 9 months. In 2011, he won the Turkish Cup and was named player of the match. At Beşiktaş, his dark side came out strongly again, and he clashed with the coach. Although the fans loved him and stood by him, it became too much, and he left Beşiktaş after 2 years through dissolution and settlement of 1 million for Quaresma. Then he moved to Al Ahly Dubai, but the contract was dissolved after only 5 months, and Quaresma was now almost 30 years old and clubless. After 7 months, in which he was clubless, FC Porto took him on the 1st January 2014 again under contract and gave him the number 7. He flourished again and delivered on the pitch. Against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-final, he even scored 2 goals and Porto won it with 3-1. 1.5 years later, at the age of almost 33 years old, he returned to Beşiktaş and apologized for his behavior in the past days. He stayed 4 more years at Beşiktaş, in which he was an absolutely fan favorite, and together with Anderson Talisca, Cenk Tosun and Ryan Babel, he inspired the fans. In 108 games, he scored 52 goals and became Turkish champions 2 times. In 2019, he then joined Kazampasa Istanbul. A year later, he moved back to Portugal, where he played for Vitória Guimarães for 2 more years, and even wore the jersey number 10. Since July 1st, 2022, He's now clubless and he will most likely not return to football at the age of 14. Being the hope for his whole nation from youth on, there were high expectations from the Portuguese fans. But unfortunately, Quaresma couldn't deliver from the beginning. After many missed out years, he was then finally able to perform for his nation. Quaresma won the Under-16 European Championship. He was the star of the team and he even scored 2 goals in the final. Then, for the first team, Quaresma missed the European Championship 2004 due to an injury. In 2006, he was in the squad but was not nominated from the main tournament because the coach had too much respect for the hot-headed Quaresma and didn't want to risk any unrest in the team. He played in the 2008 European Championship and scored a goal against Czech Republic in the group stage. In 2010, he was again not part of the squad, and in 2012 he was in the squad but didn't play. He was also not nominated in 2014, but at the 2016 European Championship it was once again time and Quaresma was nominated and was Portugal's super sub. In the group stage he gave an assist against Hungary. In the round of 16 he decided the game against Croatia with a header in extra time. In the quarterfinals he converted the decisive penalty against Poland, and in the final he replaced the injured Cristiano Ronaldo after 25 minutes, and Portugal became European champions after extra time against France. In 2018 he was back at the World Cup and even scored an absolutely dream goal against Iran in the group stage. Quaresma was the embodiment of a classic winger. He was fast, agile, incredibly fond with the ball, and an outstanding crosser. In addition, he is still known for his unique trivela shots and Rabona crosses, in which no one else could do it as well as he did. At Porto and also Besiktas, he showed what he could actually do and even received an award for the best player in Portugal in 2004 and 5. But unfortunately, he could never show us what he really can do on the big stage. Today, he spends most of his time with his wife and his 3 children. His son, by the way, is already attracting attention in the sporting academy. Quaresma's official stats are 673 games, 109 goals, and 164 assists. So guys, what are your opinions? How good could have Quaresma become when he really fulfilled his potential? Write it down in the comments, and we are very curious about your opinions. If you want to see more of this content, don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.